Happy Anzac Day, everybody. For those in the US, it's a public holiday. Here today, it's a Monday. We get the day off for Anzac Day, which is to celebrate some of the soldiers that participated in World War One and World War Two. So Anzac is the Australian New Zealand Army Corps, and it's to celebrate all of the allies that did that. In Canberra, Anzac Day is also the day where they say we can officially turn the heaters on, because after today the cold weather really starts, and it's difficult to see in here. You might see below that liquid amber there, but the trees all around town are starting to change colour and drop their leaves, and we've actually had our heater on now for a number of weeks. It's been quite cool already. But this video, I wanted to go across one of the plants that I haven't updated yet, and I have a lot of these plants. These are the white sapote. Now, in some of the videos I did last year, I tasted a white sapote for the first time, and it was quite a nice fruit. So I do enjoy these white sapote, and one of the reasons that I have so many of these, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 just here, is that out of all the subtropicals, these are some of the most cold tolerant. Now, in my videos last year where I watched how they went undercover throughout the winter without too much protection, the white sapote out of all of the plants did the best. And this plant back here was the star of many of those videos, totally unaffected all year. It's put on since that video. Gosh, it's as high as the fence now. It's a little bit taller, so it's probably a good 6 to 7 foot tall. It has massive leaves, this plant. And one of the interesting things about these white sapote is the variance in all of the leaf shapes. So look at the size of that leaf. This is my hand. It's a massive leaf. But if you compare it to the leaf shape of this white sapote right below, you can see that this is much more smaller for a start. These are more elongated, whereas these are kind of a fatter leaf shape. The star shape is much more pronounced on these white sapote. Next door, this other seedling variety also has quite large leaves. And I have a few name varieties and a few seedlings. The one at the back's a seedling. This one here, I believe, is this is from this is from Perry's Fruit and Nut in South Australia, and I believe these are the Ortego. I could be totally wrong about the variety. I think it's Ortego. I think it starts with O, and essentially this is the variety that they prefer and that they said is about the only one that are worth bothering with. So it might not be Ortego, I might be totally wrong, but I'll look that up and potentially put it in the notes. The seedling varieties are quite precocious. So this is actually in a fairly small pot. This pot's only about, I don't know, 15 litres. And this is a really nice large tree that's just grown up. We have a couple from Dailies, for instance. This one here is from Dailies. This is the Golden Globe variety. This one here is a Kampong variety. I had a couple more whose names escape me, and I'll put all of the different varieties in the text of the video so you can see what they are when I go back through and check the orders. Now over here, these are the seeds that I planted in a couple of videos after I tried that white sapote last year. I kept the seeds and I planted them, and now in a year of growth we've put on, I don't know, 3 or 4 foot of growth. It's a decent tree. They grow quite fast and quite well. They enjoy the pot. Got another little praying mantis on there. But these white sapote done quite well, and these back here are seedling white sapotes as well. They didn't all do well. Over here in the infirmary of plants that needed a little bit of help, I've got a white sapote that's just about died and is just coming back to life. I don't know why, when this one, all the other white sapote did so well, this one here Had a bit of a problem. This is from Dailies, it's just a seedling variety. It died all the way from the top of the stem down to a little bit off the ground, but it is putting on some leaves again now, although once a plant gets to this state, it's shooting from the bottom as well. I don't think they ever grow quite as well, and I think they're always a little bit stunted for the rest of their life. So these plants over here, the white sapote, now I don't know what I'm going to do with them yet. They're not going to get a space in the grow tent. The one up the back, the golden globe that I showed you in winter last year, this plant here actually died right back down to the stem, lost all of its leaves, and then sat there and did nothing for months into spring, and I thought it was a goner, but it's put on some leaves, although far less growth than the other plants. These plants here, they're all quite tall, but I don't think I'm going to risk leaving them out here just under the open sky. I think I'll probably move them under cover. That means that throughout winter they'll get less sunlight than they would otherwise. Some of the other seedlings here. But one thing that I'm going to do, because all of these white sapote are definitely going into the ground, is I've got one test sapote, and this is another seedling that I planted, and I've put this one straight into the garden. Now I'm waiting for some land to become available, so this isn't actually my house, so this might actually get ripped out right before I leave, but as a test I've put this in the ground. I'm going to give it some winter protection. I'll put some stakes around it and surround it with frost cloth throughout the whole of winter, and we'll see how it goes. This is quite a young plant, it's got a lot of green wood on it, so it's got a bit of brown wood at the bottom but green wood all the way up the stem. And this one didn't do a lot for much of the year. It's only really started putting on growth the last couple of months, but we'll protect it, and this will be our kind of test. This will be our control group, where we'll get to see how this compares compared to the plants that are going to be undercover across winter. And if that can't survive this coming winter with minimal frost protection, well, I know that I will be struggling to get any of these to survive, I would imagine. So we'll see how we go, I guess. But this one is going to be the first of the subtropicals to really be tested outside, not undercover, minimal frost protection, and see how we go. They do say that the white sapote should be able to survive anywhere that citrus can, anywhere a lemon or an orange can. But we'll see. We'll see. So guys, that's our update on the white sapote, and we'll see how they go in the next few months. And I'm quite pleased, by the way, with the growth from those seeds. 1 year's growth. These plants have really taken off, and I'm very happy to see that. Alright guys, happy Anzac Day, and we'll see you in the next one.